All right, man. Let's talk about Canelo Alvarez being top 5. I think I seen Stephen Bradman said super middleweights of all time. Let's get to it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Be right back. All right, man. Let's talk about Canelo Alvarez. I agree with Stephen Bradman. I seen it this morning. He said that he believes. I think he said that Canelo top 5 super middleweight. And I had to double check. You know, he wanted a smart. He wanted more historic. One of the last historians left. Um, I agree with what some of he said. I mean, I agree with everything he said here. Honestly, man, here you go right here. So this is where I got the video idea. Go check out Bradman boxing trainer out of Philly. You know, Philly got the best shit going in boxing. Had great history right now, and like I said, as always, they always come in. They don't have layoffs like Puerto Rico. Hey, I don't know Puerto Rico super duper small. I'm just using them as an example. They don't have layoff and fight. They always got great fighters or somebody they can pass the mantle. But he said Canelo's a top 5 super middleweight ever. All time great fighter. Platt did what he did, which was the best he could from a strictly box perspective. Canelo was active in his peak, while his opponent's Iron Plant was trying to block punches instead of making them miss. No bueno. Well, you know, the blocks he did block punches. And he right. You know, he was trying to block and counter off the punches, but that's an accurate assessment. But a block is still defense, you know. But well, it is what it is, right? But yeah, he's definitely right when you talk about the greatest super middleweights of all time. Um, you talk about Joe Calzaghe might lead the plaque right there. Tied with him might be Andre Ward. Roy Jones, obviously. Oh, my bad. Roy Jones probably the best. I'm sorry. Then Calzaghe tied with Ward, or you can put I mean, you can make a case for Calzaghe being number one. I mean, it is what it is. Roy, you know, we know Roy at 68, Calzaghe could shoot the fast. Some honorable mentions too, man. Carl Froch, Miguel Kessler in there. You know, Eubanks, Nigel Benn. But it's not a super duper deep division. Steve Collins. You know, it's not a super duper deep division, bro. I just pulled up a random list. It's you know, historically, man, people gotta understand this was a European division, historically. And really, I know you had, you know, James Toney and Roy. James Toney had Roy Jones had 4 fights there. But you know, he beat James Toney, which is probably a better win than anybody in the division had. I mean, you can also say Nigel Benn's win over Gerald McClellan. That was another great win. They signed me out of box rec too. When the time pushed back, man, they signed me out of everything. There we go. If you sign the box rec, you can see all the notes and the weights and stuff. So yeah, Roy Jones, he fought there 4 times, I believe. But I think Nigel might have the best win out there. Also, you know, Andre Ward and Miguel Kessler, that was another great win in the division. Calzaghe over Jeff Lacey, man, that was another. There's a lot of good wins in this division, man. I can't sit here and lie, man. Historic, but I would probably say Roy and Tony and Ben beat McClellan. You know, obviously that's a sad story, man. I always kind of tear up when I talk about Gerald McClellan, but you know, a lot of people say his injuries came from the Julian Jackson fight, but you know, that is what it is. But yeah, so yeah, he fought James Toney. Technically, he bounced around. Okay, if we being real, he fought Iran Barkley. You know, at 68, Doug DeWitt. He fought Mike. You know, he fought Mike McCullum at 6. He bounced around. That's probably the reason his weight. Ricky Thomas technically was at super middleweight. Danny Garcia, the one back in the day, was technically at super middleweight. Tony Thorne was at super middleweight. Tim Littles was at super middleweight. Charles Williams was at super middleweight. Roy Jones was his last fight at super middleweight. Okay. But yeah, he bounced around, bro. You look at this boxer, he boxed around everywhere, man. But like I said, You know, you look at Carl Frost, Don Kester, Nigel being in there, Eubanks outside the top 5, Steve Collins. So you move over Steve Collins. Um, but like I said before, man, the three guys or the 4 guys ahead of Canelo beat the shit out of him. You know, you can stack the scorecards against any of these 4. Man, they dominating Canelo Alvarez, Joe Calzaghe. He got a hell of a style for him. James Toney stopped Canelo. Care what none of you niggas say. And James Toney had off nights, but like I said before, man, you know, you give him that type of money, that type of motivation. Canelo, come on, Andre Ward destroy him. He might destroy him right now. Um, I'm not sure about. Yeah, I pick Ward. He always stay in shape, but like I said before, I don't know because when you ain't doing boxing and you ain't actually boxing, that's a different ball game. And then obviously Roy Jones, Canelo Alvarez will get fucking punished. So yeah, but like I said before, man, that ain't no, you know, that made no slouches, man. All them niggas all time greats. And you somebody that you know when you was a dog as a pro, you was somebody that started off at 54 pounds. Like shit, that's hell of a company to be with. That's a good division. It's not as deep as 160 pounds. You know what I'm saying? But shit, like I said, think about Roy Jones, James Toney, Calzaghe, Andre Ward, man. Them, any division that they in top 10. You look at 160. It's an original division. That this course is gonna be deep. Carlos Monzon, Bernard Hopkins. You know what I'm saying? When I say Hagler, Tony, Roy Jones in that division, that's a historic division. McClendon had a great run there, I believe. Jackson had a great run there, I believe. Jake LaMotta, Sugar Ray Robinson. Come on, man. Shit. But like I said, that's great. That's great company to be a part of, man. You can't beat that. You can't beat that company. So it's gonna be hard to beat. But yeah, of course, I agree. Of course, he cemented himself as a top 5. But I was on my homeboy channel a couple weeks ago, and they said, "Well, Undisputed it's overrated. It ain't the end all be all." And I'm like, he explained. I said, maybe you got a point. Maybe you got a point there. You might be right. Because you got Benavidez out there. Then he fought for 2 belts versus Callum Smith. Like I said, Canelo took the route of the easiest resistance, but that is what it is. The division ain't deep, but it's strong at the top. You know what I'm saying? It's strong at the top. Really strong at the top. So like I said before, man, yeah, I think he cemented himself as a top super middleweight of all time, man. And just to be in that company, man, and becoming like you and Roy, both y'all came from 154 pounds. That's a hell of a, even though you had a prominent run at 54, he moved up and had a prominent run at 60. That's hell of an accomplishment. So to be amongst those guys, man, Hagler didn't go up there because it was a European division. Of course, he had to go to Europe and he got denied his first title defense. He got robbed. How about that? I can't say denied, but it's always seen as a European division. But Nigel Ben and Eubanks, they didn't want to come over and fight Roy Jones or James Toney. And Chris Eubanks said, I think he told to Roy Jones' face, he said, I was just happy just to be amongst you guys, to be in the same sentence as you guys. And at least he kept it real. At least he kept it a thou wow. And for him to say, I was just happy to be amongst it, but that's hell of a company to be in there. And like I said before, you got to credit him. You say whatever you want to say about his career, but he there. He in that conversation, man. So, like I said before, man, boxing ain't easy, but congratulations to him, because that's a huge accomplishment to be even in the same vein as those guys, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But hey, check out the No Box News playlist. Just thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. If you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests, all my social media links there. Twitter's the fastest way, then Facebook, then Instagram, and Twitter. Reach out anytime if you want to advertise your channel, video request, chop it up. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Best way to donate, share the video, thumbs up the video, and just hit the bell icon on notifications, increase your chance to get notifications when I go live or drop a video. Other than that, appreciate the love and support. One time for one time. Peace.